Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's Rachel Ray here, and this is my Flosstube episode number 10. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Rachel Ray. I go by Rachel Ray on the internet. My real name is Rachel. And this is the video where I share all of my flossy fiber art stuff. So cross-stitching and knitting at the moment. If you're returning, thank you for coming back and having a look at what I've done this past 2 weeks. My plan is actually to start doing Flosstube every week, very soon. Maybe starting next week, I'm not sure. But I have a lot to share with you today, and I might even have more. The mail hasn't finished coming yet. It's about 11:30 in the morning here, and it is bright today, so I apologize. The lighting is really off in this room. But without any further ado, we're just going to get right into it. Obviously, I finished something that isn't cross-stitching, and I'm wearing it right now. Look, this is the Cabin Path Shawl by Helen Stewart. I finished blocking it. Isn't it pretty? It's so big. It's my arm span. So I'm sure it was designed to be that way, but it just happened to work out that way. And I absolutely adore it. Now, I don't have much other stuff that I finished because I promised myself that I would finish this by by my birthday. My birthday is the 22nd of February. And so I just really went gung-ho on it. Remember how last episode, if you were here, I talked about trying origurumi, which is doing crocheted animals, because I want to raise money for the Animal Rescue Collective in Australia. And I was thinking of auctioning that off, and I was planning to have enough time to actually make it and have it for this episode, but I didn't even get a chance to start because I realized how long this is going to take. As soon as I finished, I think I had something like a few more rows, long rows of this to do, and then I was going to start the border. I didn't realize how long this border was going to take. Like half of the working time of this shawl is the border. But fear not, I am going to make another one. Let me just adjust it again. So I am planning on making another one. I will tell you more about this shawl and the knitting stuff near the end of the video. Readjust it. I haven't really worn shawls, and wearing it the other way kind of looks a little prairie-ish. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to wear it this way. Anyway, whatever. I could adjust that forever. So stay tuned to the end and I'll tell you all about this shawl. But let's get into cross-stitching first, because that's what most people are here for, right? So I have a lot of work done on some of my whips, and then others not so much. I also have haul, and what else do I have? Stitchy Kindness, and yeah, updates and stuff. So anyway, the big one is the Harry Potter Stitch Your Own Adventure by Stuart Cunningham. It's called Letters to Hogwarts. This is the outline of the first month. Sorry, I know the sunshine. So this letter is supposed to be our first letter, and inside is the banner of your Harry Potter house. What house are you in? I am a Slytherin, and I am doing a slight modification of his pattern. I'm going to be doing the S like as a snake, and it's going to look really cute, and I'm excited for it. The next letter is actually coming out in a few days, so I am pretty excited. I meant to have, one sec. I promise I do learn. I have this little piece of foam board, so we'll use this and keep it straight. The fabric that I'm using is craftykitten.co.uk. This is flagstone. In this lighting, it doesn't really look like anything, but it's actually like a lavender gray. This is white, so I hope you can see it. It is, and I think that Heike explained this in Stone Cold Coffee Crafts is her YouTube channel. Stone Cold Coffee Crafts talked about how this looks. It's not the parchment color. It's definitely not the called for color for what they recommend the pattern be stitched on. But, well, I assume we both kind of watched people struggle with the borders of the pages, the outlines of the pages here. And because the called for was very close to this light brown inside the edges there. So this color right about there. And we watch people struggle with that, and I am glad that I got this kind of gray, slightly tinged purple color, because it still looks modeled. See, look, you can see it there. It's not just wrinkles, that's the dye as well. But it pops, so I really, really like it. I'm really enjoying it. This is a 20 count Aida with stitching 1/1, and I'm still doing all of the small quarter stitches and everything. The little H there, it's so good. It's so gorgeous and detailed, and I've misplaced the green that I need. So I don't know where it is. It's probably with another project somewhere. Anyway, and I made this needle minder, if you're wondering, out of a necklace and just made it into a magnet. Anyway, that's that one. I have spent a lot of time working on that, as well as knitting this shawl. So that was the majority of the stitching that I did this week, or the last 2 weeks, was spent on this. I really just wanted to get a lot of progress because I know that the next letter is coming out, and I at least wanted to get that border done. So all the boring stuff is done, and the banner part, I say boring, I mean, for me, borders and long straight lines, I find kind of, I mean, it's, in a way, that repetition is very therapeutic, but at the same time, I'm just like, I would like to see something come out of it, you know what I mean? That's all I mean by that. I don't mean to be rude. Okay, next. I got Stitchy Kindness from my friend Heike at Stone Cold Coffee Crafts, and please check her out. Her YouTube is linked below. She sent me the Granny Annie that I needed. Hold on, I'll show you against this. I promise I'm organized. You're not going to be able to see that at all. This lighting is awful. Anyway, how about in the sunshine? No. This is a variegated blue floss. Oh, that's better. It's a variegated blue. It goes from light blue to a midnight blue to kind of an electric dark blue. And classic colorworks. I was waiting to get that so that I could start the dragon on my Chaotic Stupid Is Not in Alignment. And I did a lot of work, or it seems like I did a lot of work on this. It didn't take long at all. This is a 14 count Aida that I tea-dyed myself. And the pattern is from Snarky Art Company on Etsy. I have modified it by changing the is not an, which they had charted in like a Verdana font, and I just didn't think that it worked. I thought maybe making it look more graffiti would be kind of cool, so that's what I did. And I just did that myself. I charted it out on a piece of graph paper, but that was as far as I got with it. Is not an. Alignment is wrong. It's actually out of alignment, because I'm Rachel Ray and I mess up a lot. Okay, And I'm not going to frog all of those letters just to fix it. I think it's one over somewhere. Whatever. It's just going to stay that way. And so here's the dragon. And you know what's funny, and I'm having trouble showing this off. I promise it'll probably be a gray day next time I do this, and I'll show you properly or put in a photo or something. But the lion and the dragon look very different, even though they're using the same floss. I'd never really worked with variegated properly before, and now I realize that I messed up. But that's okay. That's a part of learning, right? You have to pull out 2 strands together and put them together for the variegation to work properly. I was doing it the same way I do any regular DMC floss. And obviously it doesn't show a variegation if you do that. So the lion and the dragon look very different, but I'm very proud of my progress. And I might redo the lion because of that. Yeah. Oh, and the needleminder is one I made from a tea turtle pin. So I'll be right back. My husband is coming back and maybe he has some more goodies for us to look at. Okay, some stuff came in and it's not the stuff that I thought it would be, but I did get my color street from Mrs. Crochet and Coffee. So I'm gonna open that up. She closed it up with Hello Kitty washi tape. Amazing, just amazing. I wish I could show you all of the washi tape. I like Color Street. I am not a rep. I am not a seller or anything like that. I get my Color Street from 2 different women. I talked about it last time. And I plan on making a video, maybe I'll film it today, of how to apply Color Street nails. And here comes my husband. Hold on one second. Okay, so these are the glare is going to be insane. Okay, but these are a rose gold glitter. There you go. It's called Coming Up Rose Gold. Gold Rose. So those are those one. Pretty. This one is Rule of Plum. I love this one. I think this is the one that I'm gonna wear this weekend. So pretty. I also got Bloody Gorgeous. Yes. Amazing. And the other one was Nuclear Fusion. I love the names. So nice. So these are US based. So those of you who live outside of the US, I'm afraid that unless you find someone like a pen pal who would be willing to send them to you, yeah, it can be difficult. But it looks like 2 stamps from the US will get it here. So thank you so much, Mrs. Coffee. I really appreciate that. These are, they're lifesavers for me. So I really appreciate it. So that's the Color Street. Where am I? Oh yes, my last whip. And then we can talk about all the other things. The last whip I have actually has accessories with it as well. So my Galaxy Unicorn. It doesn't look like much progress, but I'll explain. So the Grime Guard, which is this piece of fabric, this kind of protects your stitching from getting all, dirty. I say dirty because we all stitch with clean hands, but it feels nice to hold on to something that isn't the stitching, especially because it's opal, and the opal is a bit scratchy. So also I have this needleminder, which is a little galaxy or a little unicorn farting rainbows or pooping rainbows or whatever. There's an inside joke about me when I used to go into live streams and people would say, throw up your emoji if you are a creator, and I would have a unicorn pooping rainbows because why not? So anyway, I found these 2 items on Plan to Stitch on Etsy. So if you want to check her out, this is the one that got delayed by like a month. I got these for myself for a Christmas present because I wanted to use it while stitching this particular piece. Now the progress on this one is, I'm just looking at it looks like one of my stitches kind of came up a little bit. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, I did 208. You're gonna have to get all up in your business, which is this light lavender color here, all along here. Very hard to see. Very hard to see, but I'll try to put in a picture here so that you can see it in dark light. This actually looks amazing. So when it's not lit up, when the flash isn't on it, it looks tremendous and totally different than it does in daylight. So I'll just put that picture in there so that you can see it. But I am enjoying stitching on this, but I can only really do it for a short period of time. So I think I did about 150 stitches in total from 2 weeks ago. But that's also because I was working on this and it took forever. So, excuse me. That is my last whip. Oh, sorry. This is on Galaxy fabric, Galaxy Opal by Mystic Fabrics. I always have her link down below. I love her fabric. It is an 18 count, which I found I don't like. But that's okay, I'll stitch on it anyway, because yeah, I'm not starting that over. We're not having another one of those episodes. Okay, so let's move on. I have all of my, I have my method here. So gifts. I got really spoiled by Heike at Stone Cold Coffee Crafts, and she sent me a lot of gifts. She said that it's my Christmas and birthday in one. She sent me Krynic metallic thread. Amazing, so pretty. You're gonna see this in detail next Friday, but she also sent me Silky thread in green. Amazing. It's like the perfect Slytherin. She sent me all of the DMC. I mean, I did pay for this part. She sent me all the DMC that I need for yoga corns, which I asked her to do, but all the other stuff is a gift. So I can start yoga corns soon. I just need to find the right fabric. And this is incredible. She sent me a Mira. This is Aphrodite Mermaid. So pretty. So we were having a conversation about mirabilias and the ones that we love, and this is one of the ones that I love. But she didn't just send me this, she sent me the bead pack as well. She made a bead pack for me. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This, I don't think I can start this for a while, but I'll be on the lookout for good fabric, and it'll be so beautiful. I can't wait. I love Mirabilia. But that, and my initial first reaction to all of that is coming next week, because I like to open friend mail in a dedicated video so that they can see my reaction to these things, because yeah, but she already knows. She really overdid herself. I just received a box from Kim, so that is going to be in that video as well. I don't know if there's any stitchy stuff in there yet, but we'll see. And I think that is it for gifts at the moment. Yes. Haul. Actually, I don't want to close my book yet. Okay, haul. Let's start in order, because I have started writing notes about what I do or what I get on each day so that I can remember what I have done. I have a very disorganized brain, and I'm even having trouble remembering to do this every day, but hopefully it'll help me to retain information. That's the idea. on Saturday, the day after I uploaded the last video, I organized and set up more projects. So, where did I put them? They're here. They're here somewhere. And I will show you. Oh, wait. Yeah. So haul will be in this as well. I organized and set up more stuff. Here it is. As I was talking about last time, I had a very generous benefactor who sent me a huge box of floss. Thank you. And so I decided that I would organize everything, and I showed you that last time. But then I decided that I would set up projects that I wanted to start this year. And one of them is the peppermint purple Shawl. So I started that. I got a message from a very, very, very nice lady who really wouldn't allow me to say no. She wanted to help me and get me set up and stuff. So she asked me what DMCs I needed for some projects, and I sent her a list and said just a few would be great. And she bought all of them. Thank you. You're way too kind. So at that time, I was looking through my projects that I want to do this year and finding the DMC that I need. So one of them is Year of Black Work by Peppermint Purple. And I have quite a bit of the flosses for this, but I will have them all, and I'm so excited. I really need to start it, and I am thinking about doing it the way that they have here on just plain white Aida, which I have. Hopefully it's the right size. I think it is. And also I started kitting up Grimm, and I think I talked about that. Grimm's Fairy Tales from Cloud's Factory. This is also a Shawl, and I'm using the olive oil. That green over there. I'll be using that as the, oh, you can see it over here. I'll be using that as the fabric, so I started organizing and kitting up that as well. She's such an angel. I can't believe she's doing that. Okay, on Monday, I got my crafty kitten that I was waiting for. That's how I started my Stitch Your Own Adventure, Letters to Hogwarts. And I also got some of the, it's the Fabric of the Month Club. So I signed up for the Aida Club. And I have sent off for a second Aida, another round of Aida. But I'm going to change that to linen soon. So let's have a look. I haven't even opened these yet. I need to take them out because I need to, iron them anyway. This one is a 16 count, 9 by 12 called Midnight Roses. Ooh, look at that. It's a little bit more subtle in real life, but it is very pretty. You can see the blue and the purple and the pink. Midnight Roses. Pretty. And I wanted the smalls because I think that I like small stuff, and it'll give me an opportunity to finish things, especially since I have plenty of large projects. So that's Midnight Roses. I'm going to keep them in the bag so that I know what the name is until I can get them tagged. Ooh, sorry. Let me cut that out. Okay, this one is a 9 by 12, 16 count Aida called Vintage Violets. Yeah, I think you can see that it's very, very, very subtle, even more subtle in real life. A lavender cream. I don't know how they all came out lilac-y, purpley. I just got lucky. This one is Valentine Roses, which is another 16 count. Look how pretty. And then this one is an 18 count, unfortunately, but okay. This is the December 2019 fabric of the month, right? Limited edition. It looks very similar to the other, to be honest. I don't see a difference, but it's longer, so that's nice. 18 count. Very pretty. So I like her modeling is nice. It's a little bit more subtle than the Misty fabrics. So if you need something that's just like a little not too in your face, I think that Mirabilia's would look really good on these fabrics, personally. But do what you want. Don't listen to me. Okay. Yes, so Monday I started the Letters to Hogwarts. Oh yes, and then the next day, I won't talk about it right now. I'll keep us stitching. Blah, blah, blah. Then Plan to Stitch came in. Oh, and also I ordered some Nashville patterns. So, give me 2 seconds and I'll talk about Nashville. I'm back. Sorry. It's such a nice day today. It's very unusual weather, so my husband is like mad about being outside and like doing yard work, not yarn work. Anyway, I'm drinking tea. Thank you, Mom, for the mug. And we'll keep talking. Nashville. So as you know, Nashville is a very big like date for designers of cross stitch patterns. They release a lot of new stuff, and there's a lot of exclusive stuff that they release at market. They call it market, at the Nashville market. At Nashville, I decided, I would pre-order some exclusive patterns and not go too mad. I gave myself a budget, I think it was $30, and I only got the ones that I really, really wanted. So I'm gonna throw up some pictures here. The first that I really wanted that is an exclusive is the Bendy Stitchy Friendship Sal. She and another Flosstuber did this together, and when I saw it, my immediate reaction, and you guys are going to be like, oh, but my immediate reaction was, if Heike and I get this pattern, we could both stitch on 2 copies of it, and that way it's a friendship for us that we could both keep. Yeah, I'm a little bit sentimental like that. Anyway, so I'm getting that one, and then I'm also getting the Lindy Stitches, Stephanie's Mary Mary Needleworker, which is not an exclusive, but it was something that I was just like, I have to have this. So I went ahead and ordered it. I didn't get the turkey. I'm not into turkeys. It is cute, but I got the Mary Mary Needleworker, and then I was like, what am I doing? I should only get exclusives, but at that stage it was like too late. And so I saw Tiny Modernist's Unicorn Tapestry. What? Yes, that it has to be mine. That is mine. And Misty said that she's going to dye a special limited edition fabric for it, and I have to have it. So that'll be the rest of my budget. That'll put me over $30, but whatever. So I'll get all of those patterns from Misty with the fabric. So excited for that. So yeah, that's Nashville. I am forcing myself to not buy any more. I saw that Teresa Kogut has like a book coming out, and I'd love to get that book, but like I've already gone over my budget and I can't. And it makes me think that I need to start a Stitch from Stash account. What would you call that? Like, yeah, where what you do is for every amount of work you do, for every amount of stitches you do, you get a certain amount of money. allowance for finishes and stuff like that, and I should probably do something like that. Okay. I also, oh, speaking of gifts, sorry, it's written down here. It's going to be all higgledy-piggledy because, like, yeah, this is my brain. Another gift that I got was Pilgrim by Long Dog, oh gosh, what is it? Long Dog Samplers. Michael gave me a long dog, and I thank you very much for that. I am blown away. He was the one that also got me Soul of the Rose from Heaven and Earth Design, so thank you. Thank you so much. My plan is to get silk, and I want to do it in silk. I have not decided what colors or fabric I would use, but I love that pattern. I'll have a picture there so you can see it. Excuse me. And then on my birthday on Saturday, I went live. I don't know if you saw this. I went live on Saturday and I raised money for the Seal Rescue Ireland group. They're a nonprofit charity who helps rehabilitate and release seals back into the wild. On Saturday morning, I became a trained seal rescue volunteer. I actually have a card and everything that I can carry around. And so my goal is to hit 250 euro so that we can sponsor a intensive care unit for seals that have serious problems. And I think we are up to 184 euro. So at the very moment. So if you would like to donate to the cause, I'm going to keep collecting money until we hit 250 euros. I have a link to my PayPal down below, and I'll have a link to the Facebook donate button if you want to press that button and donate like $5 or whatever. That would be amazing. It would certainly help us go over the edge and do a little bit more for animal rescue. I love doing that kind of stuff. So if you can help out, that would be wonderful. I will have the links down below so that you can click them and it's nice and easy. Thank you all to everyone who has donated so far. We will get there. 250 is not very far away. And if we get close enough, I'll just go ahead and donate and, you know, everything. So, what was the last thing? I think that's it for stitching. Yes, I think that's it for stitching. Okay, let's talk about yarn. So, let's start with stuff that I got. Stuff that I want, and then I'll finish with the shawl again because I like making you wait till the end. So I am a member of the 6-month Witcher Yarn Club by Curio Yarns. And if you don't know, Curio Yarns is an independent dyer on Etsy. This is her logo. So cool. Love it. Absolutely love it. She's in this, it's like a horn or a shell, and then she's dyeing the yarn. It's beautiful. Anyway, she is also a yarn tuber, a yarn podcaster, Ellie, and Ellie is dyeing these amazing yarns, and this is the first one. I'm gonna have trouble showing you all the colors because it is quite dark and the lighting is silly. But this is Yennefer de Vengerberg, the first character in the series, and wow. These colors are so her, even though she only wears black in the TV show. I love her character. This is the first, and I think I will have a link to her Etsy shop in the description. You can have a look. She was selling more 3-month subscriptions, or opened it back up. I don't know if she'll open up the 6-month again because, yeah, we've already started. But whoa! I keep turning it because I want you to see all the color. I want to put this on my Nosta Pinna and make a cake out of it very soon. But I have to make something special. My first reaction was to start and make like a diagonal poncho type, excuse me, a poncho situation, but now I feel like I'm gonna have to make different things out of each one. So I'm gonna wait. I might display these proudly in the meantime because they're just so gorgeous, just beautiful. I love these colors. Look at that. Look at it. So anyway, the Witcher Yarn Club, if you want to sign up, I'll put her down below anyway. Check out what she's got because she has other yarn already and I love it. I told you about the heather that I used to make this, Heather and Sea Glass, by Monica over at Comra Yarns. But I brought it out there because I want to show you something in a little bit. We're going to talk about an oopsie that I made. I wouldn't be me if I didn't make mistakes and learn from them. Oh well, it's fine. It's all right. Sugar. I forgot to talk about something in cross stitching. Just real quick. This is a Bags Plus mini flip for cross stitching, and Bags Plus, which I'll have down there, they're based in the UK. She has just started to make foldable ones, which is amazing. And I like them. And I wanted to bring that to your attention, and then I totally spaced out. This is why I have notes. Knit Crate. Knit Crate is late this month. They had an issue with shipping, so it is still on the way. February's box. And March's box should be on the way as well. So exciting stuff. They're probably going to get here around the same time or within a week of each other, and I'll show you when they come in. I am excited. March, I attempted to change my box. I don't know if it allowed me to or not, but we'll see, because the colors are a little bit, I don't want to spoil it for anybody who's not doing it, but they're a bit muted. They're a little bit different than what I like. Obviously, I like really bright stuff, you know. But anyway, it's getting warm in here because the sun is just so bright today. Anyway, that one, I got a pattern from Heidi Kimmeyer on Ravelry. It's called the Jetstream Shawl. Over here. I always get tongue-tied. Sorry. And I'm thinking about using the Jetstream shawl pattern with the mistletoe yarn that I got, and I showed you last time, the soft baby alpaca. We'll see. What else did I do with yarn other than this? I don't think I did anything. Okay, let's talk about the shawl. So, Cabin Path Shawl by Helen Stewart. She is a genius and she has a lot of really beautiful patterns. The reason that I chose this one was because Michelle Bendy Stitchy was doing her Land of Sweets cowl, which is a bunch of lacing and beautiful detail work, and I just am too novice for that. This was hard. I'm not gonna lie. It took me 3 or 4 tries of starting the border to actually get it right. And thank you to everybody who is on my Facebook business page, following my page, liked my page, and also to everyone in the Crafters Anonymous Facebook group that I run with Mrs. Coffee. I asked for help because I'm still learning. And I realized that when you're doing, I don't have the pattern on me right now. When you're doing a slip stitch, sometimes you keep it in the front, but most of the time you bring it to the back. And I wasn't bringing it to the back, and I was like, what the heck is wrong with this? And anyway, eventually I figured it out, and it worked. But let's talk about the big oopsie. So I finished it, and I was so excited. I mean, I wore it out to dinner, because we went out for dinner on Saturday night, yeah, on my birthday. And I wore it out and I hadn't stretched it out yet and it looked all funky. And then, this is why I have to take it off. Okay. And then it was yesterday. Yeah, it was last night when I went and I finally started to block it. The only way that I knew how to block a piece of knitting was to wet it. So it's a little bit lighter than it used to be. But it's still really beautiful and it still has all of that beautiful coloring in it. But I did make a huge oopsie. When you have hand-dyed yarn, do not wet it. I'm sure there's a way to make this color fast, but I don't know. I'll show you up close what it looks like. Here's the border as well. Hope you can see that. I have a good view of my armpit. The way that I blocked it, so I wet it and then patted the water out. And then I, pressed it. I didn't wring it. So I pressed the water out and then I had this, they have these blocking mats on Amazon that you can buy. And basically they're puzzle piece mats and they have a grid on them, which is super handy. But I didn't want to pay 15 pounds for those. So what did I do? I went to the dollar store and I got the baby mats. Now this actually has the number 9. It just fell out on the floor. So I got a set of these for €8. And then I went to the charity shop and I got a gingham duvet cover, which was €5. And I washed this immediately and just laid it out on the puzzle piece mat for kids. And there you go. It works perfectly. It works perfect. I got it within a few days basically. And so, what's the word? I'm giving this a new life. I'm giving it purpose. Otherwise, it probably would have ended up in landfill because it is not pretty. But it'll be used forever and ever and ever as I'm knitting. So that's exciting. Okay, so that was my horror story with this, but at least the points are stretched out. I just use normal pins, but I read about T pins. They're shaped like T's. They're anti-rust and stuff. And I definitely want to get a set of them because I will be doing more knitting in the future. And I think that's all I have to share with you guys. Today's episode is a lot shorter, I think, than normal, but I'm trying to be a bit more concise. I do like to talk a lot though, and I like to enable people. So please check out my yarn dyers down below. I was thinking about joining another, I was thinking about joining another knit group, like a knit crate type thing, a subscription box. But then I remembered that I have Ruby and Rose's yarn coming this month, and it's going to be beautiful. This is Monica's again. I love this colorway. I love it. Look, but you can see that it's a little bit more faded than it should be. Anyway, the last thing that I'm going to mention, I would like you to leave me a comment if you are a knitter and let me know what's your favorite easy one skein project for a baby blanket. As I told you, as I mentioned before, my little sister is pregnant and I'm thinking about knitting her a blanket. I'm going away this weekend and I'm going to be looking for very special yarn for her. There are 2 yarn shops that I'm planning on going to. So if you have a pattern, I'd like to have a look at it. while I'm there so that I know how much to get. But if it's one skein, I don't want to show you the skein that I'm thinking of, but I'm thinking, I'm in two minds. If it's one skein, then I can definitely manage it and I could use whatever I have. But that's it. That's all I have to say. I'm just rabbiting on now. If you have a nice baby blanket pattern, preferably that's free, but if it's not, that's fine. I don't mind paying for it. I'd like to hear your suggestions in the comments. Thank you all so much for joining me today in my Flosstube, and I will see you next week for an update, because I'm going to do this every week now. As long as I have the time to be doing it. Thank you all so much for watching and liking and sharing, subscribing, and I'll see you all in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.